Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty. Welcome to NIEBS Home School. I am Ashis Biswas, an assistant teacher of mathematics in National Ideal English Version School, morning shift. Today I am going to take a math class for the student of class 5. So my dear student, let us start our class. Today is our lecture number 46, and there is a good news for you. There is no SW today. So my dear student, let us start our class. Our today's topic name, chapter 9. My dear student, this is our new chapter. We shall solve only 2 CBQ from this chapter. I repeat, we shall solve only 2 CBQ from this chapter. CBQ number 1 and CBQ number 2. And this 2 CBQ is enough for your half yearly exam. I repeat, this 2 CBQ is enough for your half yearly exam. You must solve this 2 CBQ very carefully. Okay. So my dear student, let us start our class. CBQ number 1 and CBQ number 2 are written on the board. At first we want to solve CBQ number 1. Okay. So first of all, we read the question. In a school, 30% students were absent among 80 students on Sunday. I repeat, in a school, 30% students were absent among 80 students on Sunday. Okay. A number question, what is percentage? A number question, what is percentage? B number question, how many students were present on that day? That means here 30% students absent from 80 students. So we need to find out the absent student first. After that we subtract that absent student from total number of students and we get the present students. Okay. C number question, if 20% of them fail in annual exam, how many students will pass the annual exam? That means notice 20% students fail. 20% students fail from 80 students. So at first we find out the number of students who are fail in the exam. Okay, after that we subtract that number of failed students from total number of students and we get the number of students who were passed in the exam. Okay, C number question done. Then CBQ 2, the population of Horipur village is 1280 and 40% of the population of that village is educated. Okay, A number question, convert 7 by 20 into percentage. That means a fraction is given which is 7 by 20. We want to convert that into percentage. Okay, B number question, find the number of educated person. That means by using these two information, total number of population and 40% of population of the village is educated, by using these two information we shall find out the number of educated person. Okay, it is so easy math. Okay, when we solve this math then it is clear for you. C number question, if 60% of the population is farmer of that village, find the number of farmers. Dear student, by using 60% and total number of population we find out the number of farmers of that village. I hope you have understood. So CBQ number 1 from chapter 9. Do you know what is the name of the chapter? The name of the chapter is percentage. So in order to solving this chapter, at first we need to know what is percentage, but for our shortest time we shall learn percentage as CBQ question. So what is percentage? Please notice. Percentage. A percentage is such a fraction whose denominator is always 100. Dear student, I repeat, a percentage is such a fraction whose denominator is always 100. It is denoted by shortly using the percentage sign. That means this sign. Okay, here percentage means 1 by 100. So my dear student, notice 5 by 100. 5 by 100. This is a percentage. Calls his denominator is 100. Denominator is 100. Now from this we can write 5 multiplied by 1 by 100. Dear student, 1 by 100 means this percentage sign. So from this expression we can write 5%. I hope you have understood. Okay. So this is the solution of question number A of CBQ number 1. So what is percentage? I repeat this. A percentage is such a fraction whose denominator is always 100. It is denoted by shortly using the percentage sign, this sign, and here percentage equal to 1 by 100. Okay, next we shall solve question number B. How many students were present on that day? Okay, so we go to the stem first. In a school, 30% students are absent among 80 students. So at first we find out the absent student from the total number of students. So notice question number B here. Total students 80 and absent students 30%. What do you mean by 30%? 30% means out of 100. Out of 100, the absent student is 30. Here total student is 100 and absent student is 30. I repeat, what do you mean by 30% absent student? Out of total 100 student, the absent student is 30. Okay, so by using this information, we write first. Out of 100 students, absent students 30. Okay, so now out of one student, absent students 30 divided by 100. Why? Because 1 is smaller than 100. For this reason division is happened. Now therefore out of 80 students, absent students 30 multiplied by 80 divided by 100. Now my dear students, we cut, notice 30 and here hundreds, so we cut both number by 10. So 10 threes are 100 and 10 tens are 100. Now notice here 80, here 10. So we cut this 10 by 10, we get 1. We cut this 80 by 10, then we get 8. So here you notice as a numerator 3 and 8 left, and as a denominator 1 is left, which is negligible. So now we multiply these two numbers. 3 8s are 24. So 24 students are absent. Now we find out the students who are present on that day. So now write the present students on Sunday is, we subtract these 24 from 80 and we get 4 to 10, it is 6, carrying 1, that one is added with 2 and it will be 3, 3 to 8, it will be 5, so 56. And present student is 56 students. Dear students, I hope you have understood. So this is question number B, and now we shall solve question number C. If 20% of them fail in annual exam, how many students will pass the annual exam? How many students will pass the annual exam? Just similar as question number B. So similar as question number B. Here total students 80 as usual, and fail students 20%. This time fail students will be 20%. Now we write question number C. C number here, total students 80, fail students 20%. Now from this information we can write out of 100 students fail student out of 100 students, fail students how much? 20. So therefore out of 1 student fail students, as 1 is less than 100, so division will be happen. That means 20 divided by 100. Now we find out of 80 students fail students, 20 multiplied by 80 divided by 100. So 80 and 100 is cut by 10 and it is 10. 10 ones are 10 and 10 twos are 20. So 8 twos are 16 students. Their students, 16 students are fail from 80 students. Now we want to find out the students who are pass in the exam. So now write the students who will pass. The students who will pass, the number of students. Here we write the number of students. The number of students who will pass 80 minus 60. That means 4 carrying 1 to 64. So answer 64 students. I hope you have understood. Now we shall solve CBQ number 2, just similar as CBQ number 1. Repeat. The population of Horipur village is 1280. 40% of the population of that village is educated. A number, convert 7 by 20 into percentage. B number, find the number of educated persons. C number, if 60% of the population is farmer of that village, find the number of farmers. Okay, so we shall solve. A number question. Okay, first of all we convert 7 by 20 into percentage. The given fraction is 7 by 20. Now we convert this. Now 7 by 20 equal to, dear student, we know a percentage is such a fraction whose denominator is always 100, but here 20. So how can we get 100? So which number is multiplied with 20 to get 100? We divide 100 by 20 and we get that number. If we divide 100 by 20, then we get 5. So 5 is multiplied both numerator and denominator. I repeat, we divide 100 by the denominator of the fraction. Okay, here denominator is 20. So if we divide 100 by 20, then we get 5. That 5 is multiplied with numerator and denominator also. So 7 multiply 5, 20 multiply 5. So 7 5s are 35 and 20 5s are 100. So 35 is and 1 by 100. We can write this, because if we multiply 35 with 1, then we get 35. If we multiply 100 with this denominator on, then we get 100. Okay, so now 35, and we know that 1 by 100 is a percentage, so 35%, and this is the answer. I hope you have understood. Next we shall find out the number of educated person. Here notice 40% of the population of that village is education. That means out of 100 population, the educated people are 40. So out of on what? Out of 1280 what? We need to find out, we get the answer. B number. Here total population equal to 80. Educated population 40%. Now from this information we can write out of total population not 80, it will be 1280. Sorry, total population is 1280. Okay, out of, from this information we can write up out of 100 students educated students na, it will be people, people. Out of 100 people educated people 40. So therefore out of one person educated people 40 divided by 100. Therefore out of 1280 people educated people 40 multiplied by 1280 divided by 100. Now we cut this number by 10 and this number by 10 and we get 128, and if we cut then we get 10. Now we cut this 40 by 10, 10 on the 10, and if we cut 40 by 10 then we get 4. Now as a denominator 4 and 128 left, so we multiply these two numbers. 4 8 jar 32. 4 8 jar how much? 4 8 jar 32. Carrying 2. Carrying 3. 4 2 jar 8. 8 plus 3. It will be 11. And carrying 1. 4 on the 4 plus 1 5. So 512 people. Answer. Find the number of educated person. So answer 512 educated persons. Okay, I hope you have understood. Next we shall solve C number question. If 60% of the population is farmer of that village, find the number of farmers. So C number question just like B number question. First of all we write here total population is 1280 and farmers are 60%. Farmers are 60%. So from that we can write out of 100 people farmers are 60. So out of one person farmers are 60 divided by 100. Therefore out of 1280 people farmers are 60 multiplied by 1280 divided by 100. Now we cut this number by 10 and we get 128. We cut 100 by 10, we get 10. Then we cut this 60 and 10 by 10. 10 on the 10, 6 10s are 60. Now as a numerator 6 and 120 left, 28 left. Now we multiply 6 8 jar 48 carrying 4. 6 2 jar 12. 12 plus 4 16 carrying 1. 6 on the 6 plus 1 7. So 768 farmers. and this is the answer 768 farmers. My dear students, I repeat, this CBQ number 1 and this CBQ number 2 from chapter 9 is solved in our class, and this is your short suggestion of this chapter. I repeat, this is your short suggestion of this chapter. You can solve only these two problems, then you can answer from this chapter easily. Okay, you must learn these two CBQ very carefully. I hope you have understood my today's lecture. Keep practicing at home, abide by your parents. See you soon. Till then, assalamu alaikum.